Joining us is Scott Helman. Very excited to have you on. It's been a little while. I think we chatted June of 2020 or something along those lines. It's a long time ago, and a lot has happened since then.
A lot has changed.
What have you been up to in the last year and 3 or 4 months now?
I mean, I feel like it's been such a whirlwind. Like, I don't even know what I was doing last month, but, putting out music for one, working on new music, and just like navigating this crazy, weird, odd, insane time.
Have you had any opportunities to do anything interesting? Because obviously, I mean, normally you'd be, touring and traveling and doing all that jazz. Were you able to do some fun stuff this summer that maybe you wouldn't have normally been able to?
I went on a crazy canoe trip, which was super fun. I got a new dog, not this summer, but during the pandemic. I put out some music also I'm moving to LA in like a month. So planning all that has been pretty crazy. So yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Wow, that's cool. You got to tell me a little bit more about this canoe trip. Is this a solo kind of like find yourself thing or?
No, I went with 3 friends of mine to Killarney, and we actually saved this guy's life. It's a crazy story. We found this dude in the throes of dehydration, in the middle of the forest, and called in a chopper, and we had to basically carry this dude. We had to basically portage this guy along this trail for 2 or 3 kilometers, through rivers, streams, and stuff. Load him onto a helicopter. It was truly insane.
You've got to update your Wikipedia page, Scott. That's got to be on there.
Yeah,
music.
The craziest thing about it was I had been obviously in lockdown and all that stuff for so long, and then I go out into the woods with my friends, and I remember this guy's lying on the ground. We're helping him out, and then the police come and the paramedics.
Yeah. And
I'm standing next to this cop, and he's asking us questions about the situation, and then this dude stops for a second, and he looks at me and he goes, is your name Scott? And I'm just what is happening right now? And he's like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I saw you play at the Holiday Train or whatever it was. And he's like, can I get a selfie with you? And I was like, sure, dude, let's take a selfie while this guy is gas. It was just so mental. So that was jarring, but yeah.
Wow. I did not realize that we were going to go down this far, asking just a couple more questions. Wow. Thank you for that. That's crazy. Last time we talked, again, June of 2020, Wait No More was just coming out. We were pretty excited for that. And of course, we've been playing it and enjoying it. Pretty is now out. Tell me a little bit about this song and the difference between these two.
Honestly, it's been so fun. Just the thing that I'm grateful for in this time is I'm kind of gearing up to put out another full record. And in the interim, I'm just having a blast, just trying new things, seeing what works, just pushing the envelope for myself. And I think that was really born out of this, desire to just have fun. The thing that was so hard about COVID, I think for me, and the time was for me was the monotony, the day by day was I'm used to being on the road and being out there and doing stuff. I was sitting in my house and I was how do I break out of this feeling of blah? And that's kind of how Pretty got written. And I think old friends and all the stuff I've been putting out, I just want to try new stuff. So yeah.
Like you do, turn our heads when you're walking down the street. Like you do, when you're waking up next to me.
Also I was making records at home. I couldn't really go to studios. I couldn't really play with my band. And I don't like when music sounds fake to me. I felt this music was a representation of what I was making and capable of making in the space that I was in. I was on my laptop working with loops, working with, people over Zoom. And this is the music I think that made sense to me. So it felt right to make a turn, in a different direction because the world had, and I think it required my music to change. And yeah.
So you had mentioned working on a new album, working on some new music to come out alongside Pretty and do some new stuff. Is it going to kind of follow along these lines, along these kind of really kind of cool chill vibes, or where are we going with that?
I would say that in the sense of like every time I put something out, I feel like it's probably like different than what people expected. I would say that they can expect that. So, yeah, that's what this record sounds like to me. Like as it's taking shape, it sounds like a person who has been making music for a decent amount of time and was afforded the opportunity to take risks, be free, and double down on the things that they knew they were capable of and good at already.
Cool.
So well, it's got all this stuff, I think.
I mean, obviously looking forward to it, and you haven't been able to perform live a whole lot in the last year and a half. Are you going to get back to it with Pretty and with some of the new stuff? Excited to take it out in front of people?
We have plans on the go right now. Some really exciting stuff that's just like percolating.
Yeah.
COVID obviously puts such a difficult harbor on, on the touring world. And I'm just so excited to get out there. So yes, like very soon we'll hopefully have some announcements and like some really, exciting moments that we can share together. So
cool. Well, getting back to maybe the more personal side, Halloween's coming up. Got a costume planned out? Got plans?
You know what's so funny is my girlfriend really wants to. She like became obsessed with Pokemon.
Okay.
At least for the last week or like 2 weeks, she's like, I look over, I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm watching Pokemon on my phone. I'm like, that's a weird thing to do at 26, but I also love you and think that's beautiful. So I think what she wants to do is she wants to be Team Rocket with me, her, and the dog. I think that we'll figure it out.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
It happens. Costumes, that's how it always is, though. It's like,
yeah, I know.
Okay, it's 3 days before. Let's go to Value Village and like see what we can find. You know what I mean?
Let me guess. You're also a last-minute shopper for Christmas, too?
Oh, my God, dude, don't even.
Yeah,
the word
I know.
Christmas makes me perspirate to a degree that is not cool.
There's a correlation, I think, between people that already have gifts purchased for Christmas and planned their costume 3 weeks ago.
Dude.
But the rest of us.
If you have your costume planned a month in advance, please do my taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got your stuff on lock, man.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Okay, moving to LA. Tell me a little bit about that, the process, and even the decision behind it.
Honestly, we were going to move before the pandemic. We signed a lease. We were going to move down, literally signed a lease in March, got on the plane. Everybody was wearing masks. And I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. So,
yeah,
a big aspect of the pandemic as well for me was kind of waiting to move. And like, I wrote this song called Afraid of America, which is on my last record about that. And this interlude called California, which was about, like wanting to move and like the fear of moving. And then like, we couldn't move. And it's like, we've been waiting. So, it feels like this limbo time is over. Honestly, I just love Los Angeles. I have so many friends down there.
Yeah.
Every time I'm there, crazy things happen. And, I recently became obsessed with golf. So now I can do it all year.
Hey, this was a pretty good summer for golf, I think, generally speaking.
Yes.
That's cool.
I never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but they do. And that's okay.
Hey, you know what? I like to say, because I'm also into golf, although I'm not very good at it. But for those that are haters, and fair enough, because I used to kind of be in that boat, but it's just 3 hours in one of the nicest parks, walking around, hanging out with friends. I mean,
you know what it was for me? And it was like, I hated the classism of it. Like, I always found that golf felt like very like white, very like rich people
preppy
sport.
Felt preppy.
Yeah, preppy. And I went down to Nashville with my buddy Togs, and he lives there. And he took me golfing to one of these municipal golf courses. And like, I was like, it doesn't have to be like that. Yeah. Like this golf course we went to was all just like guys in sneakers, like just having a blast. And like, you meet crazy people and spend 4 hours with them. And I really loved it. So yeah, now I'm like Mr. Dad.
Cool. Well, I love it. It sounds great. And you're all ready to go for LA, ready to move?
Oh God, no. We're sweating and crying and laughing and like it's just being, it's very emotional. Like half my house is empty, but like half of it isn't.
Well,
you know,
this whole conversation about you being a procrastinator comes into play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge play.
So you're still gonna be touring Canada quite a bit still?
I'll be here all the time, yeah.
Cool. Well, we love it. All right, so tell me, we got Pretty, just dropped not long ago, and when can we expect some more new stuff? What's the plan?
Definitely new stuff. Well, I have something coming out this month, in November, which is really exciting. And then in terms of new music, I would say like keep your ears peeled, because like it'll be in the new year, but it'll be like early new year, early new year. So still putting everything together, obviously, but ASAP. And I've never been more excited to release music. That
whole process, I mean, it's not as quick as all of us kind of believe, hey? Like, and when it comes down to it, you probably don't even know some of those dates that early.
I mean, I have a rough sketch, but it's always a marathon to get up to the rough sketch. And there's a big part of putting out records is like making sure they're set up properly. And like, it's like, if I was going to have a kid in 2 months, like I would like make sure I had a crib in my house. I would like clear the space. I would like, like prep for that, obviously. And it's like, not that putting out a record is like having a kid, to anyone who would be offended by that, but it's like, you got to like get everything ready. And it's like, that's the stuff that takes so much time, like artwork, promo stuff, like making sure that when that thing comes out, everything's ready to go. So that's why stuff always takes longer. Well, it's not the music.
You want to maximize that for sure. This whole analogy of a kid, though, you're not trying to tell us something, are you?
No.
That was a nice pause. I like it. That was a good pause. Oh, cool.
You can freeze frame on that pause for dramatic.
Effect
if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll do. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us, Scott. And I mean, super excited about Pretty and the new music, and love where your career is going. Wish you all the best in LA, and hope to see you sometime soon.
Yes, so soon. Thank you so much.